Braves, and they've done what the Braves have done all year, or well, all postseason.
They jumped out early.
Early, just got up early. You know, that first inning, they sat the Dodgers down in order, and then they just went to work.
The Astros down in order.
Grinded out at bat. Oh, I'm sorry, the Astros down in order, and then they just grinded out, and that was good. They looked solid, and they hit the ball well.
The Astros left the bases loaded in the first inning. The Braves left the bases loaded in the third inning.
Correct.
But you said, off the air, you said, congratulations for the win. But, and I said, well, I was up late till well after midnight. And you go, why? And you went to bed. What inning did you decide it was over?
Third. At the end of the, now, I understand why. I'm not the fan of the Braves that you are. Like, if it's
I understand that. I understand that.
I'm watching the post game. But, yeah, I wasn't. It was 5-0. I'm out.
Right.
Good.
The problem is that Houston Astros offense, while last night it didn't score the runs it should have, didn't get the timely hits it needed. It was like almost every inning they put a runner on. The threat was there. I mean, there was a good play where the ball just barely missed going out of the yard in the seventh inning. It hit just under the yellow line. I still don't understand all these lines they got drawn on the walls in Houston. But it just missed going out of the ballpark or over the yellow line, which wouldn't have been out of the ballpark, but it would have still been a home run. And the relay throw into second, everybody's talking about how great a relay throw Rosario made. And it was a good throw from the outfield to Swanson to get the out at second base. Right. But if you look at that slide that was made, the dirt just ate him up. The clay just stopped him. It's almost like his back feet came over his head. It was such a poor slide. So a lot of breaks went the Braves' way. You can tell that Houston Astro team can really hit the ball, but Houston's pitching, their starting pitching, they're missing their best starting pitcher. Last night, their second best starting pitcher got rocked. Didn't even get out of the second inning. And they're going to have to rely heavily on a bullpen that, while it's deep, you start having to rely on the bullpen game one, game two of a 7-game series. That could be problematic for Houston.
Well, and unfortunately, I think the Braves are in the exact same position.
With Charlie Morton going down, yes.
Because they had to go to their bullpen a little early. That's the beautiful thing about baseball, right? It's about more than one game. It's about the series and how you develop and how you start to learn how to attack different teams. It's the game inside the game, if you will. So, again, I thought the Braves looked good. I think they needed that early lead, kind of shut the crowd up a little bit. And plus, I really hate Correas. I really hate that guy. God, I hate that guy. There are very few baseball players that I hate anymore, but that's the guy. I want him to strike out every time he's up at the plate. I don't care if he's playing the Yankees.
You talking about Altuve?
No, I like Altuve. I think Altuve plays hard. It's Carrera.
Oh, Carrera, yeah.
I just can't. I can't stand the guy. I really can't. You know, he's got a celebration for everything. He's in the middle of the ALCS against the Red Sox. He's just worried about his next contract. I just don't like the guy. And, and he's a guy I don't think I'd like if he played for my team. My hatred for him is deep.
So I have a very good friend of mine who's a season ticket holder for the Atlanta Braves. He's a season ticket holder for the Look, he's a kid that wasn't very smart in college, but he got his law degree and he's done pretty well with it because his mom, as soon as he passed the bar in Georgia, his mom got a judgeship and gave him her partnership in the family business. So he's one of these silver spoon kids that you just want to beat to death with a cane. You know what I mean? But he's a buddy of mine, good friend of mine. But he's got season tickets. He received an email yesterday, and I thought when he texted me this, he goes, "You got to talk about this on your radio show. I'll be listening this morning." I said, "Okay, I'll talk about it." He got an email from the Atlanta Braves yesterday because he's a season ticket holder, and he has purchased playoff tickets. He's going to be at every game of the World Series if he can make it. If he gets out of court early enough. The email said, while we know, something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing here, while we know that the urge will be large, we will not be allowing sticks and garbage cans into the stadium for game 3 or 4.
That's great. That's great. That is fantastic. And I really expected you to say that they weren't going to allow the tomahawk chop, because you remember they did that last
Yes.
postseason, and I think it blew up in their face.
Yeah, how well did that go for them? Exactly.
I think and I think they also realized, look, it's just a made-up thing. I mean, this isn't what Native Americans didn't do this thing.
There was a long foul ball hit last night that was almost a home run down the left field line, and the one thing that I keyed in on is some guy holding up a sign, "The chop is racist."
Of course.
And I
Probably
went,
a white dude.
No, it was actually a brown-skinned dude. I thought looked to be of Hispanic. He was brown-skinned. I don't know if he was Native American or Hispanic, but he was brown-skinned. And, in the Houston area, you could have some Native Americans in that area, but this guy was holding up a sign, "The chop is racist." Did he mean the lamb chop, the pork chop? Which chop was he talking about?
Or maybe some TV show. Chopped.
Yeah, chopped. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can be offended by anything, right?
People are offended by you and I all the time.
But I just don't. I'm like, okay, well, if it really bothers you, turn down the volume, right? Or don't watch. Like, if you're at a point in your life where the tomahawk chop bothers you, or what Florida State does, and I'm talking about being offended, not because your team isn't as good as their football team or their baseball team, right? Because
you're being offended by an arm being extended from the elbow forward while people are making noise.
Oh, like if that's offensive to you, like, wow, you are fragile. All I have to say, you are fragile.
Don't eat Dippin' Dots because it's not real ice cream and you'll be offended.
Correct. And by the way, I am one of the people that you're supposed to be offended for. Don't be.
Yeah.
Don't be.
Yeah, by the way,
please,
Galen,
please,
they're offended for you.
Me.
Yeah, they're offended for you.
Please don't be.
They're offended for your mom. They're offended for your mom. Yeah. All your ancestors. They're offended for all your ancestors.
Please, don't be offended for me. Don't. I don't need your offense.
But
whatever that is?
But is that not great that the Atlanta Braves sent out an email saying,
while
we know the urge will be large, do not bring garbage cans and sticks to the stadium. They will not be allowed in.
I do believe a lot of teams were doing it, right? I do believe.
Oh, of course, every team has a way to steal signs.
Right. I think a lot of teams were doing it. They just happened to win the World Series that year and were made a scapegoat.
Well, and
I do believe the Red Sox were doing it.
Look, but the obvious way they were doing it with the garbage can, you can clearly hear the whacking of the garbage can and everything. It wasn't even like they were trying to hide it.
There's nobody in the stand.
Right, exactly.
There's nobody in the stand.
Exactly.
You couldn't hear it at Fenway because there were more people at Fenway.
But they were trying. If you're going to do that, don't do it in an empty stadium where people can hear it.
Well, the one that shocked me is they were like, oh, they're blinking the light in the scoreboard. I'm like, well, if the hitter can notice that, good. Then they're better than you.
Well, last night, I'm looking on Twitter last night, and people are going, are the Braves cheating against the Astros in the first inning? Because it sure looks like they know every pitch that's coming.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
sure.
Or maybe the pitcher just had an off night and he was throwing batting practice.
Again, I just think the Braves are locked in. I really like the way, and it's balanced hitting, right? There wasn't one guy who stole the show. It was just really, really balanced.
And you know what? You've almost got me convinced. You've almost got me convinced now, because there's 4 outfielders that the Braves have with Solar, Peterson, Duvall, and Rosario. But there's only 3 places for them to play. Wait, but not in Houston, because the 4th one gets to hit as the designated hitter.
Correct.
It's almost worthy of pitchers not coming up when I can get those 4 in the batting order.
I hate pitchers hitting. And by the way, your game looks completely different if you don't see
Oh
But
yeah,
I mean,
completely.
Jorge Soler, you know, hitting hitting the home run, it completely relieved all the pressure from the Braves, and I think that showed as they scored. They scored 3 runs
Right.
before they had an out.
How many times do you see? And how many times do you see the DH? How many times do you see the DH as a leadoff hitter?
It's done, not very frequently, but it's done. But I think it was a good move. I was wondering which of their outfielders would become the DH, but obviously they wanted Soler at the top of the order.
And they'll change the order tonight. Watch what I'm telling you. Rosario will be the leadoff hitter tonight.
I think so. I think it's a lefty-righty.
Right, it is a lefty-righty thing, and a left-handed pitcher starts for Houston tonight. So a right-handed pitcher starts tonight. So Rosario from the left side will be the leadoff hitter tonight. But it was good to have Swanson at the bottom of the lineup at the 9 position, Jock Peterson at the 8 position. It's just this Braves team after the All-Star break, with the addition of those 4 outfielders, they've replaced Ronald Acuna, and I didn't think they could do it. They may actually be a much better ball club without him right now than they were with him.
That's not true. They're deeper, maybe you could say, because they had to go out.
Well, yeah, that's what. But that makes them a better baseball team. Now he's such a great player. He makes everything better. I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that.
He strikes fear in you. And I will tell you, Swanson got to play better defensively.
Oh, that last night with his hand in the way and everything. Oh.
That tag was really good, but I again, this is his World Series, right? This is his time. He did get a hit. He did score twice. He was effective on the base pass.
You forget that him and Bregman.
Can't make an error.
You forget him and Bregman, who plays for Houston.
Correct.
Were drafted 1 and 2. But you think it was 2015. They hadn't been in the league long. Swanson drafted out of Vanderbilt.
Right. And it feels like Bregman's been in the league for 152.
But he hasn't. 2015 was when he was drafted.
No, he really hasn't. And again, he's got to figure that out.
Got to figure that out. Going to take a break. We'll be right back. More with Galen Unall from Life South after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. On a Wednesday, Galen Unall from Life South joins us, brought to you by the good folks at Just Ship, Penn Flooring, and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen got you for about 10 more minutes. There are other things going on in the world besides baseball, although I don't know why anybody would want to pay any attention to those. And I saw yesterday as I'm driving back from, I was doing trivia at Crazy Cucumber last night, and as I'm coming back, I look over at one of the used car lots, and I see, it's a friend of mine owns it, and I see that a lot that usually is packed to where he has cars on top of cars is sparsely populated. And then I look at the new car lots, and they're sparsely populated. And then this morning I go to my local convenience store on the way to work, and the soda that I normally like, out of, not stocked. And I asked the guy what's going on. He goes, shortage, shipping shortage. That's what we got, shipping shortage. And I'm thinking, but they don't have my soda on these ships out in the Pacific. I don't know if people are going to start using this as an excuse or if it's an actual excuse, but I'm starting to see a lot of things not stocked that you're used to seeing.
Well, it's just that shortage of truck drivers. And again, we're going to find that place where it just costs too much to ship, and the value just isn't worth what you're going to have to pay for it. This is what inflation does, right? I mean, anybody with any common sense could see inflation coming down the pike like a big old train.
Runaway train. I
hope everybody invested in gold, because gold's just going to skyrocket. So all precious metals are. Did you see what oil? You see what a barrel of oil is now?
Yep.
And then you compare that to just a year ago. It's gone up like $11 a barrel or something stupid like that. And by the way, that the energy is the biggest factor in inflation, and that fact that we're now no longer energy independent, we're in trouble. It's going to be a long year until we can fix the House of Representatives and start solving this problem.
I was listening to the national news this morning on our radio station as I was preparing for the show, and they had a 10-minute interview with a guy over the shortage that is coming this winter of propane. And
That's a big issue.
I thought, but natural gas, we're the king of natural gas in the United States.
Oh,
We're the king of that kind of gas. We have more. I mean, T. Boone Pickens, he could light a cigar with the gas that his company had. Warren Buffett got lots of natural gas. How are we having a shortage of propane?
Well, the whole problem with it is the delivery of it. That's a real big problem. They're expecting propane to
Skyrocket.
quadruple in price.
Yeah.
Going to quadruple.
Does that mean not only propane, but propane accessories will go up?
Everything's going up, Tom. Raw materials are going up. Grilling is going to become an art. It's like, oh, no. Everything's going to go up in price. And, and if you want anything for Christmas, you better get it early.
Well, I drove
get it early.
I drove by the CNG store over there across from, Americamp, the compressed natural gas pumps and everything that they installed. Right. They installed years ago, and then the county switched over, and it was supposed to save all this money, but then Obama left office and gas plummeted, so it looked like it wasn't a smart move. Well, all of a sudden, it looks like it's a pretty smart move again. Compressed natural gas, still about $2.50 a gallon, $2.53, I think, something like that. Looks like a smart move again.
Yeah, what's crazy is all the hybrid cars, because most of our energy is from natural gas and coal, and it's just all more expensive, so it's still going to cost you a lot to fill up your tank with electricity.
Yeah.
Everything's about to go up.
Somebody sent me
your dollar's going to go a whole lot less.
Somebody sent me a meme yesterday.
I don't see any raises coming up either.
No, somebody sent me a meme yesterday. Says this is what green energy looks like, and it was a guy with an electric mower with the extension cord, going from the electric mower to his wife with a wheelbarrow and a generator pushing it behind him.
Yeah, correct. That's correct.
And I thought that's about accurate. That's about where we're headed. Keep up with the wheelbarrow, honey. We got to keep the generator connected to the lawnmower so we can use the electric lawnmower.
Correct.
Keep going.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
You know, in a meme world, sometimes you come across some pretty good ones.
Yeah. I guess you're not going to talk about what I sent you with Disney.
No, I'm gonna leave that alone. Leave that alone. Just gloss right over that, pal. I love Disney.
Yeah.
Gloss it right over.
Yeah,
that.
you and anything to do with Disney or Facebook, you become instantly defensive.
Hey, I will tell you this. I did get a little aggravated last night at the NFL. And we only got about a minute and a half, so we can't get into this a whole lot. But the NFL has partnered with TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I don't have TikTok on my phone. And do you know why I don't have TikTok on my phone? It has nothing to do with social media. It has to do with, I'm pretty sure that's a Chinese-based company, and any Chinese-based company, the Chinese government has its fingers in, and that's just a ploy by the Chinese government to get our information as Americans. I'm not doing it. Why is the NFL in bed with them?
Come on.
I know it's money.
That's where all their
I know it's
products are
money.
made.
I understand. There's 1.3 billion people that buy NFL. They can sell
Correct.
NFL product to. I get that.
Absolutely correct.
I was being facetious when I said that.
Yeah,
But
it's all about the dollar.
I got a little aggravated that the NFL is in bed with the Chinese government, because that's what they are.
Yep.
Call it. Say what you want. TikTok is the Chinese government.
Correct. Yeah, well, it's pretty open about it.
Right. They don't even hide the fact.
Nope.
So I don't even know what is it. It's longer than 6-minute videos, isn't it? Like 30-second videos or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never. I only see what my kids send me.
I don't TikTok. I just don't. I don't chat Snap or whatever that Snapchat, whatever that thing. I don't do that either. Snap app, what's chat,
Snapchat.
or WhatsApp or something. I don't do any of that. None of
The
it.
WhatsApp is awesome because it's much more secure.
Hey Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today, we're actually right back down in the Villages at the Walmart on Wedgewood Lane, so come see us there, but as always, we're right on the boulevard. 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Give blood.
Talk to you tomorrow, Galen. Hopefully we'll say the Braves are 2-0 in the World Series.
All right, bye, all.
See it. Galen from Life South. Brought to you by the good folks at Just Ship Pen Flooring, Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.